And I know that your presence here is what's most valuable to me. The reason that I can, that I'm even doing this is so that I could show you a thing that that I really like. So first off, real quick, this game pauses when I click out of it. So if it's ever frozen for you and there's no audio, that's why. It's going to show up the same way on the stream and recording. But yeah, it's been a while since we've embarked on a 100+ hour JRPG adventure together, hasn't it? This game, this is of course Metaphor, ReFantazio. Right, great. That's right. And there it goes. There goes the mood. That's great. That's fine, actually. I don't mind. We went all out on those emotes, so I'm glad that that's working as intended. So yeah, I will have I'll have alerts paused during this playthrough, which is funny because I only just got those set up. But
okay.
I will have chat on screen for if anyone ever has anything to say, unless I feel the need to get rid of it, which I will, if necessary. But this game came out in October of last year. Yes. And initially, I mean, they unveiled it in 2023 in the Game Awards. There was a trailer, and I was just like, I don't give a shit. I don't
Or
fucking
Persona.
care. I was so fucking burnt out on Persona stuff.
High school.
After beating Persona 5, going through that game 4 fucking times, I was just like, no, I'm done with Persona. To the point that I just flat out skipped Persona 3 Reload in 2024. I just didn't care. And then they put out a demo in September. And I was like, okay, fine, it's free. At worst, I'll hate it.
I played it.
Yeah, you played it, which I was very surprised that you played it, and you seem to kind of have enjoyed it. So I'm glad you expanded your horizons a little bit. That's actually great. And I played the demo, and I was like, well, shit, now I can't wait for the next Friday, which was when they were releasing it. So I got it, and I finished it in January of this year, 25. And I was just like, I have to show this to Ardrin. I have to stream this. So you can thank this game for getting me back into streaming. So there are actually three. There are 3 intro videos that play.
Loud.
A little loud? Okay, I'll fix that. There are 3 intro videos that play. I skipped the first one because we're going to see it again. Because the third one plays after this second one we're looking at right here. Or it plays after that initial one. On a second loop. So I'm just going to skip the first one. And we're going to watch this. We'll gab over the title screen. And then we'll watch the other 2. So here we go. I kneel. Meguro-san, I kneel.
That sets me as a historian person.
God, that's so good.
Censoring.
Woo! Yeah, as it should. So yeah, that sets the tone pretty good, I think. So the music was composed, of course, by Shoji Meguro. He's done all of the music for all of the Persona games. Well, not all the music, but he was the main composer for all the Persona games, which, as you know, are very funky, very upbeat. The last game that he did a soundtrack like this, where it's like serious orchestra tone, was way back in 2009 with Shin Megami Strange Journey, which, you know, Gravy loves that game. So it's this caught so many people off guard, the soundtrack for this game. And it is a fucking incredible soundtrack, in my opinion. The scenes I want us to see here should start up in just 1 second, actually. We
I
just
didn't even see the... They don't even have the thing that intrigued me,
Uh-huh. It didn't?
so...
Interesting.
No.
Well, I'll be counting on you to remember to point out what it was that intrigued you. Ah, here we go. I thought this scene played when you hit New
50
Game,
hours from now.
but this scene does not, in fact, play after you hit New Game. We have to skip the splash screens again. Here we go.
I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one. Oh. That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Someone's ears are burning.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Me. I have to say, like, a major villain with horns and blonde hair named Luis made me laugh a bit at first, but that was Luis Guiban. He is the best character in the game. You will come to understand this. Now for the bonus.
War is on the horizon. Before they command that I dry my pen, I must finish my final work. It is a tale of hope that may yet salvage this world. It isn't right. This idea of foreigners has only ever been a tool against the foreign. If we could end such prejudice, surely war would be next to fade. We would be free to travel to far-flung lands. The reality is, we are riddled with anxiety. We fight, we oppress, and magic is but a tool of war. Our world could be better. Can we not dream such dreams? In such a world, they need no sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and skilled labor. Glass spires reach the heavens. safe nights with no dark shadows, streets well-traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. I know, just a daydream. Castle on a cloud. Yet I have faith. I believe that fiction can become hope, wielded by a worthy avatar. I believe a hero will stand true and change the world. After all, this world need not stay like this forever. The will to believe in something beyond us, indeed that, is what we call fantasy.
But not final.
No, no, this is not the final fantasy.
Also, no tactics.
No, no tactics either. No, 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 no. All right, well, I believe that sets the tone very well for what we're in for. So, let's go ahead and just jump right in. I didn't even know that scene was there until about halfway through, by the way. Because you have to go through 2 loops on the title screen.
I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight.
It's very, reminds me a bit about Vagrant's story, I think. That you had to, like, linger on the title screen to get a bunch of scenes that explain a bunch of stuff that's going on in that game. That's what I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
The game
the attract mode was basically the intro, I think.
Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
You're not naming your character.
Yes, they're very clear on that. What are you scheming, man?
Please correct the entry.
You are not.
It said in the corner.
It did say that, yes.
A most unusual name.
Fuck you!
One I've never heard in our world.
Oh, weirdo.
Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy.
Oops, I clicked out. That's gonna happen a few times.
But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Is fantasy powerless? Is imagination worthless? That is the central question to this game's plot and its setting.
More than wishful thinking.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fucking
More than
boring
fiction.
without it.
Something
Very
capable
true.
of affecting the realities beyond its bounds.
But you know what they say is that fiction... What is it? How's it go? Reality is stranger than fiction? Sometimes?
They're like the more
This
I
must be
forget
what
the
you
quote.
believe. I
Ratio.
confess my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality.
There are more
Perhaps the
things in
story
heaven
ought
and
to
earth
unfold before you.
than it does.
I'm thoroughly invested now myself.
It's not just talking about slaying monsters and wielding magic. He's talking about fantasy, dreams of something better, of improvement.
So, let this tale begin.
You might be reminded of Persona 5 asking you if you agree to the fact that this is fiction, and it kicking you to the title screen if you say you don't agree. But I believe our scheming man lets you proceed regardless, just wanting to educate you instead of agreeing with you. Anyway, difficulty. I had to wipe my entire saves to do this for you again, so we don't get regicide, but that's basically the secret easy mode, much like Merciless was in Persona 5, where weaknesses do more damage and all that stuff. I did my playthrough on hard. We will be playing on normal, because while hard eventually was a decent challenge and fair, the main thing about hard was, aside from enemies having some slightly higher stats, enemies also just get a free turn, which is...
That's bullshit.
So
That's
we
not
will...
difficulty.
Yeah. We will do this on normal. You are allowed to change from hard to normal and forward and back in the middle of the game. I stuck with it, much to my detriment. Anyway,
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead?
Aye, back in the bag with you.
The guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe.
Yeah,
So
for
now the
Pixie.
monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much
She looks
is
important.
certain.
Nah.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect
So,
for the
okay,
minister.
alright, look. One kind of issue with this game is the sound balancing is a little out of whack. I can't do anything about
Rebirth all over again.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Everyone's gonna be screaming, what?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to try not to do that too often, but yeah, in this scene at least, the music is absolutely drowning this guy out.
Us folk, we're commoners.
What?
No crown on
You
the
speak
throne
up?
will save us. But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
Oh.
My God.
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
In this setting, that's basically a gun.
A gun?
A gun.
Next one.
My potch.
Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knife ears. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy.
Stronger than he looks.
Hold it!
Phew.
Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Let's fall in stuff like us!
Pig.
Damn.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
What? Son of a bitch. I knew I should have turned the music down in the settings before starting. I knew I was forgetting something. Anyway, GG. But like, yeah, unlike Persona 5 and 4 and other games, like this is you probably noticed it from that intro scene. This game does not shy away from depicting blood.
Ugh,
Oh, also,
this place already feels like a death trap.
Don't worry,
You
I'll
hear all that
let
stuff
you
about
speak.
Lord Luis saving us?
Go on.
In the demo, I did skip all the cutscenes because I knew you were just going to show them to me eventually.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, man. All right. So, this is Gallica, our companion. She is the best character in the game.
Hey,
You will
okay?
come to understand this.
You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Are you alright?
Also, our hero
My
has
God.
a voice. He talks!
It only took them 80 games.
Like, Joker and Narukami, they had voice lines.
They get quips.
They get quips. Joker was the most talkative persona-like protagonist until this. Because he would talk when you did some
Hecaton
stuff.
Kairis.
Yeah, Hecaton Kairis. He'd quip when you saved. All right, yes, all right, all that stuff. But no, protagonist here is voiced by Caleb Yen. This is his most recent, or this is his most major role.
Been worse. And from the sounds of
He's
it,
had a
you're about the
couple
same.
things here and there, but nothing I particularly or you would recognize.
Yeah.
Gallica here is voiced by Alejandra Reynoso. She's done a lot of shows. She was Neon in Stranger of Paradise.
You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right?
That was the girl who wished to become Chaos, so that a party of heroes would defeat her and get rid of Chaos. Bullshit. You know. And then she joins you.
Chaos.
Yeah.
The mission's more important than either of our lives.
Other than
if
that,
we screw
this
this
is-
up, there's no going back.
This is her first huge role that I could see. Anyway, a little background on... Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to get a flashback. Gosh, it's only been 100
People make it?
hours.
They do. The budget ran out. Back to Banjo. No, not Banjo. To
It just
the
grunts.
RPG staple of. Huh?
Quips. Yeah, just the tone setting, short phrases, /grunts, /gasps. Eh. Anyway,
Let's go.
just go straight.
Stop!
Nope, stop going straight.
Stop. More cutscenes.
So, yeah, you mentioned this to me, I believe,
Watch out!
where you died here.
I don't know about. I don't
Okay.
remember if I died. I know I hit these things a couple times, and I'm like,
there you go.
I could kill them,
They look pretty tough.
but
Careful now.
I also value my time.
So, no,
Stay
we
vigilant.
absolutely
These
do not
ones
want to
aren't
get caught
messing
here.
around.
You will die if you get caught here. So, don't do it. Just run. Like, don't look around. There's nothing here. There's nothing but death here.
Look!
But she just said, "Look."
Heh. Well, not around. Whoa.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Heh. You might have noticed something. There was no music.
Right.
So, here we go. Gallica, your Spotify playlist slaps.
Music
Can
was
you
the
turn the
first magic
volume
this
down?
world ever knew, after all. makes the road a little easier.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew.
I get it.
Music is pretty magical.
Over there.
Are we breathing this stuff in?
Whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know. All these triangles floating around, doesn't look good for you.
It's a little further through Midgar.
Ugh, how did that get on the screen? Gross. Ew. Get that out of
I
here.
won't capture that.
Gross. Ew. Ew, kill it. Kill it. Okay, thank you. Nice. Well swatted.
Got a sec?
Here, let me just get that music's. The music's great, but oh man, we gotta balance it a little. Alright, that's probably fine. We cannot save yet. Do not fight those things. You can swing your sword around.
I don't like this.
I have to say, this is an extremely interesting way to start a game like this. Like, they just kind of throws you right into the deep end, sort of.
Yeah.
It basically gives you control over protagonist from the get-go. Oh, by the way, I hope you liked that song that was playing there, because we're not going to hear it again. We're done with that song.
Tribes and 3 nations, all blessed
Okay.
by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785.
Maybe I could have turned the music down a little more.
Uchronia is shaken to the core. by
Yeah, I'm
the
not hearing
sudden
much of a
death
difference.
the king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes.
At least there are subtitles.
Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built.
Well, we made it. A little scuffed, but we made it.
By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Whoa, just look.
Whoa.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please!
Phew.
I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead.
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
Careful!
hurry.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. Gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only Elder here, in the whole city even. The capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced.
And now we can hear you again.
Clamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had
Get a load of that
Count Louis
vape
at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
Okay, I realize it's dumping a lot on you here, but are you following so far?
Over 10 years he has languished under this
King
curse.
dead. Prince
How much longer can his
dead.
body
Prince
hold
So
out?
what?
Prince cursed and in thorns. So yes, this is the prince. Currently is. He's been like this for 10 years. Just laying here, well not here, but with these thorns
Prince
wrapped
dead,
around
so
him.
what?
Prince dead, so what?
No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
no
you
pressure
listening?
now.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
Gallica always has good ideas, or so she thinks.
Whatever will I do?
So, we hit up to save, and Atlas gives us 16 save slots to get through this game with. Which
Inflation is a harsh.
Oh my god.
mistress.
That's not enough, Atlas. I can't do it.
So, you'd rather... Okay, next game we'll give you 10.
No, I said not enough. Not too much.
6 it is.
I'm pleased with this. I'm very pleased with this. Then.
Oh, come off it.
Oh.
Damn, I can't believe we're evil.
Let's go see.
We can hit triangle to talk to Navi. I mean, Gallica. No, that's not fair. Gallica's nowhere near that bad. I didn't really find Navi that annoying. I think that's overblown.
It is.
Shady woman doesn't seem to have much to say to us.
Damn.
For now.
Simply amazing.
She did have a portrait. Like, if you want to get meta in this game called Metaphor, by all means, sure.
And what is it?
Whoa, careful what you say out in the open.
So you?
Right, so, I can't pull it up yet, but yeah, the calendar. You can see it's Water's Day. That's Tuesday. This very much goes through the Japanese naming convention for days. Moon Day, Water Day, Metal Day, etc. We'll see. We'll refresh my memory on that. The calendar's not... The days of the week are not the most important thing. There is one important day, but we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah, we have school. Of course, it's not important.
Right? It's funny that you mentioned that Persona again, because there is a feature in this game that was inexplicably absent in 5, which we'll get to eventually in about 20 hours.
I guess that's the big city for you.
Do you like that walk
Everyone and their
cycle?
mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
What's a magic igniter?
What's
See?
a gun?
There's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter casts magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside.
Yep, that's how magic is used in this universe. You have to use it, it has to channel through an igniter.
Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic.
Unless you're a fairy.
Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the Magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease.
Oh, hello, shady woman.
A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's
We got
eye.
robbed.
This is modeled after the royal scepter.
But and also
will make
yes,
a perfect souvenir.
we are very broke. Like I don't think we had a lot of money on us when we were robbed.
Fleck.
How much is it?
Oh.
If you have to ask.
You're not really going to fall for that, are you? How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with? You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. Passed down through generations.
I like the
If you
rib
believe
cage
the
there in the
legends,
middle.
It houses incredible magic.
Yeah, was it your intention to make it a torso?
World-shattering
And the spine?
More practically, you might call it the
A gem
world's
right
most
in the middle,
potent
like its heart.
magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead. With no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king.
Yep, and that scepter was supposed to be protecting him from, well, shankings. And Luis just walked right up and shanked him.
You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
Oh, I don't think I'll be here long.
A word of caution.
We're
then.
enlisting in the army, you
Your
dope.
survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
You're not staying, we're
What's in
enlisting.
there?
I guess you're right.
This place.
Yeah, I don't think I can even... Oh. Let's
You
see.
have no money.
Do I have any... Yep, I have $0. 0 money. And 0 mag, whatever that is.
Oh,
Thing's bigger than I am. Or than Hero
Well, when we
is.
pull up the Fantasy Star Wiki.
But yeah, so supposedly the triangles floating around, that's Magla. And Magla is channeled through igniters to use magic. It's why I said to you way back.
You are.
It kind of reminds me of Bodhiblastia from Vesperia. That like channeled something in the air to let people use arts and magic, something like that.
No, it literally channeled air.
Oh right, it was literal oxygen.
No, it was AER.
Right, air, AER. I fucking remember that now. God. So, does that mean that if any of those characters were ever isekai'd to another like world, they just immediately
They would have no magic.
They'd immediately asphyxiate because their bodies functioned off of air.
No, they wouldn't be able to do Dune Fang.
They'd still be able to breathe.
What am I to do?
I'm pretty sure the Bodhi didn't do anything else.
Ah. I might be thinking of Grace's, because that had the other weird elements thing going on there, too.
Did it?
I thought it did, at least. Anyway.
It had... The planet's core was sustained by magic.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Leave it out, mate.
Leave it out, mate. So, okay.
It had the giant, like... thing spinning around it no one commented on, because why would you comment on the Black Omen?
It looks lovely today.
all right.
So, yeah, basically they hung that or hanged that Parapus man at the gallows for possession or illegal possession or something along those lines.
Possessing a firearm.
Yep, deserved the gallows, supposedly.
Don't touch a gun.
What are you playing at?
You can see the triangles are getting sucked into this pipe. That
What are you playing at?
you see, it's a light. It's basically a power source. Can we stab this? No, we do not want to.
Streetlights had giant suction tubes.
Right?
You there?
Hey, sorry.
By now?
So there's little voice lines that play when we hear chatter. That there's only a. It's not that there's only a few of them, but
The
they're
same
gonna.
people repeat the same things.
They do. Remember mutton, fresh mutton?
Dear me.
Ugh.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead. Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here?
Gallica is
good.
So I'll go ahead and comment on this now. I like Gallica a lot. What I feel like Gallica is the culmination of the SMT spin-off guidance character. Atlas has learned their lessons from Teddy and from Morgana and has created Gallica.
Network error. That's just a Mayan? Yeah, that's just a Mayan. Never mind.
Okay, good. You're back. Okay. All right. So, yes, she is not only tolerable, but also likable, and to my knowledge, does not do a single thing that is
It's still
annoying.
buffering.
Is your Moonlight buffering? Then
No. The Twitch Steam is buffering.
Okay. It does look like
It's offline.
the recording is still going, but it does look like I've lost connection to Twitch for now. So hold on 1 second. Okay, all right, fixed. It's just fixed itself. But yeah, Gallica is great. Let's see. So
Morgana wasn't that bad.
Morgana was mostly
a couple
fine,
segments.
and I think the dislike of him is a little overblown because he is at most.
You look tired.
That is a fault of the game's design, not necessarily the character. At worst, I
But
think
the character's the one that says it.
he is guilty at worst of having a precocious crush on a party member, and the issue with that is that it was kicked off by seeing her in a bikini. So, you know.
Yeah.
And it was kicked off by seeing her oh man, what was the name of those? What did they call those? It was like fake of her in the metaverse. You know, I feel kind of like gross saying the word metaverse now. Because it doesn't...
You gonna buy more land?
No, Luigi.
Yeah.
But, yeah. If it wasn't that, then it wouldn't have been so bad, but yeah. Anyway, moving on here.
Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's word.
Oh!
Chat widget.
Alright, that was really stupid, so excuse the jump cut there, but Streamlabs crashed, so I had to do a whole bunch of stupid... Well, whatever. Anyway. Okay. Fortunately, this game has a log. If we missed anything, we can just click the stick in.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Oop, I gotta scoot chat over just a little bit. There we go.
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's word.
That is a great first line for this character right here. That's why I wanted to go back to it.
I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country.
This scene was... I want to say all over Twitter, but this, of course, had the usual stupid localization debate that shitheels love to have. And they kept pointing to this scene saying, look, they changed it from the Japanese. And it's just...
But mark my
I think the
words,
localization
war
is incredible.
will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up. An elder? I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what
18s
brings
are
you
orphans.
to enlist?
I'm just so bored.
I want to fight for real change.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse, no? So, what can you bring to our beloved corps?
Any skills to speak of?
I think I just told him I want money. He's like, oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, so this choice matters. Ever
Which
so
stat
slightly.
do you want?
We get 1 or 2 extra points or whatever in whatever stat
Wow.
these. Wow. Right? We're gonna go.
I've got a sharp mind.
It doesn't actually matter that much.
Yes, you and every unschooled troglodyte. Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Okay, now we're naming this guy.
I mean, literacy back then would be a big deal.
I'm not naming him Honk Man, chat.
Does he have a canon name, or is he just protagonist?
I believe he does have a canon name, but it escapes me at this moment. So, I am going to just use the name I went with, which I was like...
Lucifer, I mean...
Well, okay, fine. If they're going to name
No.
the bad guy Luis and make him horned with blonde hair, then I'm going to name the hero...
Michael. Oh.
I'm just going to go with this. Please correct the entry.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
We're employed!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so
gonna
stay
kill
sharp
people.
out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property. So if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next.
Huh.
$16 save slots.
Sure were a
is
lot of
not enough.
cutscenes.
Were there?
Time to save.
There were? What if something goes wrong? What if the game crashes? I don't want to sit through that again.
Most modern games have skip buttons.
This one is no different.
Well, look at that.
Definitely not sure in the middle.
Oh, let's look at that again. Yeah.
I mean, the helmet is black, so it can't be.
Oi there!
Yep, that's just a regular guard. That's just standard issue guard uniform.
Whatever.
So the money in this world is called Reeve. No, go ahead. Get it out of your system. Go on. Go on. All right, I'm going to cut in line. The face of a thug, truly.
Oi there!
All right, well, let's just queue up.
Let's hurry.
Oh,
Hurry and wait.
there we go.
I heard they get sightings.
Sightings?
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What do they call them? Something like,
Next! Another Clamar. Wait. No. You don't look like the others. Surely not.
Hummus.
An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
brute force and crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousant strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Hey, thanks.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter.
He does, doesn't he? Like, I don't think he needs equipment. He's got it handled.
These days, most come
he
with
did
their
say
own
he was a
magic
noble.
crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving. And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Here's a map.
Wow, that's a real map.
They hand these out?
They just hand them
Damn.
out, right?
It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details.
And we just enlisted
Only
as a
the military
guard.
could pull this together.
Like, they must be really desperate.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger.
Well, that's a nice name.
You miserable lot are under my command.
This is
I'm
like
sure you've
name
all
Captain
heard about our
Killinger.
forces being
Right.
tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
This kind of crosses the
That's
sergeant.
exactly where our
He's like
contact
trying
pulled
to
up.
drill us, you know?
I mean, maybe they did say the shorthanded.
Enjoy tonight's sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Perhaps he wasn't too thrilled to get stuck with this particular duty.
Look at all the other recruits.
Wow, we are
They
crammed
really
in
are
here.
desperate for new blood.
And we got the bed.
Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword.
Wait, I'm not supposed to hate the guy ordering me around? Oh, weird.
The drill sergeant is nasty to you so that everyone hates him and brings everyone together as a team, right?
He'll also know
And their
right away
mutual
when we've
hatred
come.
of the
And
person
don't
ordering
worry,
around.
I'll recognize him.
That's how you breed a loyal army.
The charming
Well,
captain
there's
is probably right.
getting a loyal army and there's
should
getting
get some rest
tough
before
soldiers, I
tomorrow.
guess. But you're right.
Tough soldiers who hate you.
Well, you're not... The drill sergeant isn't the one who commands them in the field. They're just there for training. And to whip them into shape, I reckon.
Hey,
I mean,
Anyway.
you awake?
One officer looks like another.
Is it morning already?
Does it look like morning? Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. Try to put it behind you, okay? Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
I'd rather not think about it.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I'll drop it. The prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks.
Here, tosses it at her.
What is this fantasy
It's what you call a
bullshit?
fantasy story, right?
You joke, but
I remember about this.
Literally,
'Cause I
first line.
I didn't skip every cutscene. I let most of this play out, but I skipped all the anime cutscenes.
She does kind of resemble Misty in a slight way, doesn't she? She's got the yellow, beige, whatever, shirt-looking thing.
She's
And
got
hair.
the orange hair.
Yeah.
So it's a fantasy
blue eyes.
world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a
If
world,
only.
there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well
Car,
traveled.
yes.
And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal.
Now that is a true fantasy, isn't it?
Whoa. I see. No magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world. Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.